Once upon a time, in a small town nestled in the rolling hills of the English countryside, there lived a brilliant physicist named Dr. Edward Harris. Dr. Harris was a man ahead of his time, obsessed with the idea of time travel and determined to crack the mysteries of the universe. He spent countless hours in his lab, tinkering with complex machinery and poring over dusty tomes, always pushing the boundaries of what was thought to be possible. But there was one person who held an even greater fascination for him than the mysteries of the cosmos. And that was his wife, Jane. Jane was a gentle soul, with a kind heart and a sharp mind, and Dr. Harris loved her more than anything in the world. Together they had a daughter, a beautiful little girl named Emily, who was the light of their lives. As Emily grew up, she became more and more fascinated by her father's work. She would spend hours watching him work in his lab, asking endless questions about the intricacies of time travel and the secrets of the universe. And as she got older, she began to develop a deep understanding of the science behind her father's research, even assisting him in some of his experiments. But as much as Emily loved her father's work, there was one thing that always troubled her. You see, her father's experiments had yet to yield any concrete results. Despite all his efforts, he had never been able to actually send anything or anyone through time. And this failure weighed heavily on him, causing him to become increasingly obsessed with his work and more distant from his family. Years passed, and Emily grew up into a young woman with a bright future ahead of her. She was intelligent, driven, and fiercely independent, with a passion for science that matched her father's. But as she pursued her own research, she couldn't help but feel a sense of sadness at the distance that had grown between her and her father. One day, as she was working late in her lab, she stumbled upon a breakthrough that would change everything. She had found a way to manipulate the fabric of time itself, to create a portal that would allow her to travel through the ages. Excited and a little bit scared, she decided to test her invention by traveling back in time to meet her father when he was a young man, just starting out in his career. As she stepped through the portal, she found herself in a world unlike any she had ever seen. The colors were brighter, the air was cleaner, and there was a sense of magic and possibility that she had never experienced before. And there, standing before her, was a young Edward Harris, just as brilliant and passionate as she had always imagined him. Over the course of several visits, Emily and her father grew closer than ever before, exploring the mysteries of time and the universe together, sharing their dreams and their fears, and reveling in the wonder of discovery. And as they spent more and more time together, they began to realize something truly amazing. They were falling in love. It was a love that transcended time itself, a love that defied all the rules and conventions of the world they lived in. They knew that their love was impossible, that they could never truly be together, but that didn't stop them from feeling it with every fiber of their beings. As Emily returned to her own time, she was left with a sense of longing and loss that she had never experienced before. She knew that she could never truly be with her father, that their love was simply too impossible to ever be realized. But still, she couldn't help but feel grateful for the time they had spent together, and for the love they had shared across the ages. And so she continued her work, pouring her heart and soul into her research.